Hello everybody, Bryan Sudfield here, and welcome to my top 10 best of 2014. I am so excited to do this list, guys. This is the time of the year where I get to discuss my favorite movies of this year. This is going to be a very fun list. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'm going to enjoy it as well. Now, there's a lot of honorable mentions because this year for movies was excellent. From the beginning to end, we had great movies released. Lots of great movies. I mean, holy shit. It's crazy. But let's get into it with my honorable mentions. Captain America the Winter Soldier, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Snowpiercer, Begin Again, The Fault in Our Stars, The Lego Movie, Top 5, How to Train Your Dragon 2, Big Hero 6, The Theory of Everything, Wish I Was Here, The Drop, 22 Jump Street, Interstellar, Life Itself, and Godzilla. That's about 15 movies. It's crazy. There were so many great movies that came out this year. But let's get into my top 10 list, shall we? At number 10, we have a movie that I didn't know what to expect going into. The trailers made it look like an okay movie. We have two great actors leading the movie, and I was blown away by this movie because this is probably the most surprising movie I've seen all year. Edge of Tomorrow, starring Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt. I could not believe how much I love this movie. The marketing was terrible. Warner Bros., you guys really ruined the marketing for this movie because a lot of people didn't see this movie. This movie was fantastic. Now a lot of people have seen it because it came out on Blu-ray about 2 months ago, but it's such a good movie, guys. Talk about a sci-fi movie that worked so incredibly well for what it was trying to be. It wasn't trying to be an Oscar-worthy movie. It was just being some fun movie, and Tom Cruise still kicks ass. Tom Cruise is amazing. This wasn't Oblivion 2. This was something different, and it was perfect. Overall, I thought this movie was fantastic. If you guys have not checked this out, please check it out as soon as you can. At number 9, we have an independent movie that had a great cast behind it, and it wasn't a movie I was hyped up to see. I thought it looked okay from the trailers. I saw it. I loved it. Frank, starring Michael Fassbender, Domhnall Gleeson, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Scoot McNairy, so many people in this movie. This movie was hilarious. This movie was very funny, but then at the end, it just got dramatic, and it was insane. Michael Fassbender's performance as Frank was incredible. One of my favorite performances of this year. The music was also great. I loved the songs in this movie. The movie was so fast-paced. I never got bored by this movie. I loved it. Guys, if you love independent movies, if you love quirky comedies like this, check out Frank as soon as you can. I believe it's coming out on Netflix in 2 weeks. There's your chance. At number 8, we have a movie about characters we didn't know that much about. The hardcore geeks knew about it. While people like me, we didn't know much about these people. But we were so blown away by Guardians of the Galaxy. This movie was hilarious. This movie was fun. The action, the comedy, the script, the acting, the visuals, everything worked so well with this movie. Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Vin Diesel, and Bradley Cooper were all so good as the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm so pumped to see Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in 2017. Guys, talk about a great superhero movie, and it is, I believe, the highest grossing movie of the year, other than Hunger Games, but man, this movie was so good. It was so good, guys, and I had a great time with it, and the soundtrack was amazing. You guys know how American Hustle last year had a wonderful soundtrack? This movie is just like that when it comes to its soundtrack. Please check out Guardians of the Galaxy when you can. It's a lot of fun. At number 7, we have a movie from a director that I'm not really a big fan of. I've seen a few of the guy's movies. I've thought they were alright. But this movie blew me away. I was very much in love with this movie. The Grand Budapest Hotel, directed by Wes Anderson. The acting, Ralph Fiennes' performance was, oh my god, it's amazing. Honestly, if Ralph Fiennes was not in this movie, I don't know how this movie would have been. I think Ralph Fiennes gave one of the best performances I've seen all year. I think he was completely Oscar-worthy. I don't think he's going to get nominated now, but if he got nominated, would I be pissed off? Not at all. The aspect ratio, the way the film is shot, the cinematography is beautiful. I've always been a fan of Wes Anderson's cinematography. The writing was so good. The direction was incredible. The colors, oh my god, the colors. So many colors. It was a beautiful looking movie. I watched it again a few weeks ago, and I just loved it so much. Grand Budapest Hotel was funny. It was intriguing. It was crazy. It was violent. It was amazing. It's a perfect movie. And if you guys truly love Wes Anderson, if you haven't seen this movie, this is definitely a movie for you guys to watch. And I was surprised that someone who wasn't a diehard fan of Wes Anderson's movies actually loved this movie. Grand Budapest Hotel, my number 7, perfect. At number 6, we have another superhero movie that had the director come back and made the franchise perfect again. X-Men Days of Future Past. Bryan Singer came back to direct this movie, and it was perfect. I loved every single second of it. It combined the cast from the original films and the new films together. And it worked so well. I was never bored. It never felt fake. It always felt real. The visuals were great. The acting was so good. I loved this movie so much. I had so much fun with it. I couldn't stop thinking about it when I left the theater. I was so amazed by it, and I'm so excited for Bryan Singer to direct X-Men Apocalypse. I'm so excited for that movie. It's one of my most anticipated films of 2016. At number 5, we have probably my second favorite performance by an actor of this year, Nightcrawler, starring Jake Gyllenhaal. Holy shit. What a performance. The best performance I've ever seen from Jake Gyllenhaal. I really hope that he gets nominated for this movie. Do I think he will? I have no idea. His acting was so good. He lost so much weight for this movie. I was so engaged from beginning to end. This movie had me on the edge of my seat, especially during the last 20 minutes of this movie. And I think I might be crying. I don't know if I'm crying or if I have allergies. I don't really know. Oh, God. Yeah, but seriously, I loved Nightcrawler so much. I'm so excited to watch this movie again when it comes out on Blu-ray. I hope it gets many award nominations. Jake Gyllenhaal better get nominated for Best Actor. I've not seen Selma yet. I don't want David Oyelowo to get nominated. I'm sure he does very well as Martin Luther King, but nah, I'm sorry. This guy's going to get nominated in the future. Jake Gyllenhaal deserves to be nominated at least for this performance. I'm just saying. Nightcrawler, please check it out when you can. At number 4, we have one of my favorite movies from one of my favorite directors, Gone Girl, directed by David Fincher. What the fuck? That was my reaction when I was watching this movie. I loved this movie so much. Ben Affleck and Rosamund Pike, especially Rosamund Pike, gave 2 of the best performances of the year. Rosamund Pike is a shoo-in for Best Actress. I don't think she'll win. She'll be nominated, though. This was the performance of a lifetime by Rosamund Pike. Everyone else did great. Tyler Perry and Neil Patrick Harris were also fantastic in this movie. The script by Gillian Flynn was perfect. It was a slow film, don't get me wrong, but some slow films are excellent, and this one was definitely excellent. Is it my favorite David Fincher movie? No, my favorite David Fincher movie is The Social Network. But this movie is definitely up there with one of his best movies. It really, really, really is. At number 3, we have the film that's probably the best reviewed film of the year, and that is Boyhood, directed by Richard Linklater. What an experience this was. This was an incredible movie. I loved it from beginning to end. I know it's kind of overrated now, people say, but I think it's a perfect movie with no flaws. Patricia Arquette, Ethan Hawke, and Ellar Coltrane were all fantastic, especially Patricia Arquette and Ethan Hawke. Patricia Arquette will definitely win the Best Supporting Actress Oscar. Ethan Hawke will be nominated for Best Supporting Actor, but I don't think he'll win. That award would be going to someone I'll be talking about in just a few minutes. Boyhood, excellent movie. Loved it from beginning to end. The fact that this film was shot over the course of 12 years was amazing. And Richard Linklater wrote a fantastic script. His direction was perfect. I've always been a fan of him, and I think this film is definitely his masterpiece. If you guys have not seen Boyhood, and if you're film lovers, like true film lovers, you need to watch Boyhood as soon as you can. Now, my number 2 and my number 1 were very hard to decide because these 2 films were kind of competing for my number 1 film of the year, and they're both excellent movies. They're both the best movies I've seen all year, but it's really hard to decide which one was my best. So, it came down to this. My number 2 goes to Birdman. I loved this movie. I was worried that I was never going to see this movie, but I got to see it. I loved every second of it. Michael Keaton gives the best performance I've seen by a lead actor all year. If he does not get an Oscar nomination, and if he does not win, I will be so pissed off. He deserves the nomination. He deserves to win. He deserves all the praise he's been getting for this movie, as does Edward Norton and Emma Stone and everyone else involved in this movie. What this movie was able to do so well, you had great performances. You made the movie look like it was one shot. One continuous shot. Obviously, you could tell that it wasn't one shot total, but my God, the fact that the Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu was able to do this so well, the guy deserves all the credit he got. I love the score. I love the screenplay. I love the visuals. I loved everything about this movie. And I think if Michael Keaton didn't play this character, I don't think anyone else could play this character as well as Michael Keaton did, because Michael Keaton was obviously known for playing Batman, but the fact that he was able to kind of play a version of himself in this movie was amazing. If you guys have not seen Birdman, you need to check it out, especially if you're a cinephile. You need to watch it when you can. If it's not playing anywhere near you, you could definitely see it before the Oscars, but I suggest you see it before this year ends. You have to. You should. You should. Okay? If you don't like it, then you don't like it, but you really should like it. But whatever. Everyone has their own opinions. But yeah, please check out Birdman as soon as you guys can. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we get to my number one film of 2014. Like I said before, this movie and Birdman were competing to be my number one film of the year. But the more I thought about this particular movie, the more I realized that this was the best movie I've seen all year. Ladies and gentlemen, the best movie I've seen all year is Whiplash. This film, wow. Those last 10 minutes. Guys, Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons gave two of the best performances I've seen all year. J.K. Simmons gave a tour de force performance like Michael Keaton did with Birdman, Jake Gyllenhaal did with Nightcrawler. J.K. Simmons will win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor this year. He'll win the Golden Globe, he'll win the Screen Actors Guild Award, and he'll probably be nominated for the BAFTA. This performance is one of the most haunting performances I've ever seen in my life. What this film did so well, like Birdman did, everything about this movie worked very well for me, but the script, the editing, the acting, the directing, and of course, the drumming, the jazz drumming. Who would have ever thought that a movie about jazz drumming was incredible? But it's not just about jazz drumming. It's about this kid wanting to be one of the great musicians, and he works his ass off to do that. And J.K. Simmons is basically the crazy teacher who helps him get there, like who pushes him, and it's just a beautiful movie. So well acted, so well directed, so well written, so well edited. And I'm saying this again, those last 10 minutes of the movie were amazing. This movie has the best ending I've seen to a movie all year long. Guys, Whiplash, this movie better get a lot of Oscar nominations. If it does not get editing, screenplay, and picture, I don't think it's going to get director, unfortunately. Should it? Yes. Yes, it should, but I don't think it will, unfortunately. But you guys must see this movie when you can. It's an incredible movie. It's one of the best movies I've seen all year. It is one of the best films I've seen this decade so far. So yeah, Whiplash is the best movie I've seen all year. Like I said, this and Birdman competing for the best film of the year. It was really tough, guys. It was really tough. And that concludes my top 10 best films of 2014. So guys, obviously you're not going to agree with my list. Some people might, some people might not. Everyone has their own opinions. Please tell me what you think of my list down below. Tell me your list down below. And if you want me to check out your top 10 video, put the link in the comments below. Anyway, guys, this has been a great year for movies. Thank you so much for watching. And I will be doing the Google Hangout with a very special guest, going in depth with this list and listening to their list as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. 2014 was a great year for movies. I'm so pumped for 2015. Star Wars! Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.